It was at this moment that he knew. He
वाला सिस्टम हो जाता है, तुम सारा गुलाम लोग हमारी जूती के नीचे।
What's up YouTube, welcome to my channel. Today we have the Bajaj Dominar 400, and yes, we have to specify that it's a 400cc motorcycle, because earlier there was no 250, but now we have the Dominar 250 as well. So we're gonna ride, actually I'm gonna ride this motorcycle, and it's not that technical review. I'm just I'll be sharing some riding experience, and जो एक normal rider को जानना चाहिए, पता होना चाहिए इस गाड़ी के बारे में, वो बताएंगे. So starting with the looks, you get the front, we have the LED lights, and there are so many modes on this motorcycle. I'll tell you about that in the later part of the video. There are these all LEDs. अब मैं उसका reason बताऊंगा वो क्यों है. There it's a full LED headlamp. You get the LED indicators, and in front we have the upside down forks, and the front section tire is around 110 R17, so it's a 17-inch Dominar badging. You get the digital full digital LCD display. It's not the TFT display. You also has this small display over here on the tank. Let me on the ignition. Yes, so it starts something like this. Now if you look at overall the chassis of the motorcycle, so it's pretty beefier motorcycle. So if you talk about the looks are pretty aggressive, and these are okay. So that's the hero. So looks are pretty aggressive. It's a very beefier machine. Looks pretty mean. I'm a big fan of this motorcycle, but it's not the new Dominar 400. It's the previous version. I guess it's a BS6, but not purchased in 2022. Definitely, it's purchased around at 2021. You got the mono suspension in the rear, and I've already talked about the front suspension, USD forks. There are some modes like this. Pretty excited by seeing just a motorcycle right now. इसलिए ना मेरी ऐसी सांस भी थोड़ी सी ज़्यादा हो रखी है, because when I see a good motorcycle, I get pretty excited. In rear you have the 150 section tire. Both the tires are MRF, but इस motorcycle में MRF के टायर नहीं है. We get the Michelin in the rear, and we get the radial tire, the Apollo radial tire in the front. And the brochure says that it's a 373cc single cylinder, which gives a power output of 40 PS and 35 Newton meters of torque, which is a decent power because the bike weighs around 193 kg, and the direct competitor of this motorcycle is the Royal Enfield. I don't know why people compare this motorcycle with the Royal Enfield, because Royal Enfield is pretty different machine, but that is also used for touring, and this is a proper tourer. It's a tourer. It's not a sports tourer, not a cruiser. It's just a tourer. But you can also do some sort of a mediocre adventure, and we're gonna talk all this while I ride the motorcycle.
So yes, YouTube, we are now riding the Dominar 400. Sorry, I'm again and again specifying that it's a 400, because 400 is pretty different from the machine we have as a Dominar 250. And now we'll check the acceleration, and we'll open the baffle, and now it breathes. Oh my god, this machine is so pretty mean. I mean, it's just like a rocket. As soon as you open the throttle, it goes like an ICBM. We are the Agnisayo here. I mean, this is pretty mean machine. I touched 100 in no time. The adrenaline rush you get in your body. I'm sorry, I'm pretty excited right now. The roads are really nice. I'm sorry if I'm shouting. I don't want to be that loud. But ये machine, it's a crazy machine. Again, we're gonna do this. Oh! So it goes something like this. We got this. Oh. So you see the acceleration. The acceleration is pretty awesome. I mean, it's top notch. ये एक proper tourer है यार. I mean, अगर ये इस road में ऐसे चल रही है ना, तो आपको हाईवेज में कितना ही मजा आने वाला है. मैं बता नहीं सकता. मतलब मैं अभी ना baffling right now, because the excitement level is too high. If you are looking for a touring machine, then you should purchase this motorcycle. अब थोड़ी सी excitement level कम करता है, इस motorcycle के बारे में बात करते हैं. When we talk about this motorcycle, it's a tourer. The downside of this motorcycle as a tourer is that it has a 13-liter fuel capacity, which is, in my perspective, not that good. Because अगर आप एक tourer machine बना रहे हैं, for example, if I compare this motorcycle to the Pulsar 220 which I own right now, The 220 has a fuel capacity of 19 liters and वो टूरर के लिए बनाई भी नहीं गई थी. That was a sports motorcycle, if you remember, the fastest Indian. पर ये एक टूरर मशीन है, but still it has a 30 liter fuel capacity. थोड़ा सा बड़ा होना चाहिए. और अगर फ्यूल की बात हो रही है तो फिर ये भी जान ले कि ये इसका माइलेज क्या है. It gives you around 25 to 30 kilometer per liter. Totally depends on rider to rider. If you are a decent rider, then it will give you around 28 kilometer per liter. But mostly ये मोटरसाइकिल टूरिंग के लिए यूज़ होती है तो 30 तक आपको दे दी जाती है. The another thing with this motorcycle is that it cannot be used for daily commute. I mean, it's a heavier machine. It weighs 193 kg and that's a curve weight. Okay. तो कम्यूटिंग में ना थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है until unless you are a big guy who can easily maneuver motorcycle in the traffic, and that's why I think the Bajaj has launched the Dominar 250. So Bajaj thought we have a good machine and it's doing great, but जो प्रोडक्ट प्लेसमेंट है Dominar 400 का वो काफ़ी नीश मार्केट है. आई मीन टूरर में आपको बहुत सारी मोटरसाइकिल मिलती है और जिसका डायरेक्ट कंपटीशन है वो रॉयल इनफील्ड है. अब रॉयल इनफील्ड के साथ प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है कुछ, लेकिन इसका कंपैरिजन रॉयल इनफील्ड से नहीं होना चाहिए क्योंकि रॉयल इनफील्ड इज़ कंसिडर्ड टू बी टूरर, लेकिन 90% ऑफ द पीपल हु बाय रॉयल इनफील्ड don't do touring, much of the touring with that particular motorcycle. उनके पास अपने कुछ अलग रीजंस रहते हैं उस मोटरसाइकिल को चलाने के या फिर उसको खरीदने के. बट दिस मोटरसाइकिल ऑन द अदर हैंड इफ someone is purchasing this motorcycle तो मोस्टली वो उससे टूरिंग करते हैं. एंड ट्रस्ट मी, यू कैन डू 400 kilometers straight with this motorcycle. The seats are really comfortable, the ergonomics are really good. You won't feel that the seating position is very aggressive. I felt a little bit of vibrations in the handlebars, but वो भी high RPMs में जब पहुँचती तो उसके बाद से नहीं आते. You'll feel some of the vibrations. I can't ignore the fact. But this machine is the most value for machine you will ever have in your life. I mean, you get the 400cc motorcycle with 40 PS of power at 2.7 or 2.8 lakhs on road. Just for a perspective, compare this motorcycle with the KTM RC 125 and that will cost you around 190 or 2 lakhs on road. So purchasing a 125 और वो भी single cylinder है, you get the dual channel in this motorcycle. I'm not actually comparing the motorcycle with the KTM RC 125. I'm just comparing on the rupee terms. तो वैल्यू फॉर मनी देखा जाए तो दिस मोटरसाइकिल फेचेस द बेस्ट ROI you will ever get in your life. एंड इसमें आपको मिलता है ड्यूल चैनल ABS, you get the 6-speed manual transmission, and this motorcycle is just awesome. I don't have words. I can't really explain you how much better you feel, especially in such type of ambience. The roads are a bit narrower, there is a greenery all over. This is a Sunday motivation. I'll wait for a Sunday to come so that I can do this. Now see, this is how it takes over everything on the road. I mean, this is sheer power, and you have to feel this power. And to feel this power, you have to buy this machine and you have to ride it the way I'm riding, but have a safe ride. In this motorcycle, we have a lot of modes because ये motorcycle है. Big shout out to Anurag Panda, one of my motorcycle buddy, and he owns this motorcycle. So he actually completed the Ladakh trip. तो वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा टूरिंग करता है इससे, और वो कभी कभी रात में भी चलाता है. ऑल्दो रात में मोटरसाइकिल चलाना सेफ बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. सो डोंट डू दैट, इट्स टोटली नॉट रिकमेंडेबल. बट इफ़ यू आर डूइंग दिस एज ही इज़ डूइंग दिस, तो उसने काफ़ी ज़्यादा LED लाइट्स लगा रखी हैं इसमें. और इतनी ज़्यादा LED लाइट्स इसलिए लगा रखी हैं क्योंकि हम भारत देश में रहते हैं, और भारत देश में बाइक चलाने वाला काफ़ी गरीब माना जाता है. तो लगाने वाला सिस्टम हो जाता है, तुम सारा गुलाम लोग हमारी जूती के नीचे. और it's a sort of mediocre adventure motorcycle as well. You can do medium sort of adventure things, mediocre adventure stuff, not a full-fledged adventure motorcycle, but फिर भी अगर आपके medium level कोई adventure है तो you can easily do that. So that's it for the video, guys. If you really like the video, then give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more automobile vlogging content. That's it, bye. देख लो बेटा, कोई और भी आ रहा है इधर.